Hey, Samuel. Yeah, we're outside the Barnes and Noble down here on Murray Street in Tribeca. Um, as you see in the description, Anthony Cumia is going to be basically doing a book signing for his book today at this location. From what I know, a number of people have called their media department, have called their store manager in protest to them actually hosting this book signing here. One of the main reasons is he has a strong connection to individuals such as Gavin with the Proud Boys. Also a number of racist slants that have taken place over the years. Just take a look at his Twitter account. And you will see without a doubt that he's someone who promotes and uses their position as a way to promote hate. And there's no place in New York City or New York State for hate of any type, period.
White supremacist Anthony Cumia is being hosted upstairs for a book signing. And it's unacceptable. He literally assaulted his wife 2 years ago. Barnes and Noble is hosting a white supremacist named Anthony Cumia, fired off of iHeartRadio and banned from Twitter. Anthony and Opie and Anthony. He's a huge racist, and he almost choked his wife to death. And he only served 6 months probation. He's getting a book signing upstairs and making money, which is unacceptable.
Promoting why he got actually fired. So the idea of him making money off of...
His book is literally called Suspended, or permanently suspended.
He wouldn't be getting the book deal if it wasn't for the racist remarks and getting fired. Anthony Cumia.
Anthony Cumia. Fired
Huge following.
Banned from Twitter for a racist tirade that he gave in 2017. I'm not going to repeat it, but I can show you all of it. Plenty of pictures.
Let's see you MIA. Come here. See you MIA. You can Google it. You don't have a cell phone? Okay.
Start, he is either here already or on his way, just about ready to arrive. So it's going to be interesting, and I'm pretty sure some of his people are already down here. That I can be pretty sure of.
Whatever he wants, they're giving him a platform and a book signing. You guys don't believe it. Hate is not free speech. Yes, Anthony Cumia, white supremacist, also misogynist that beat his wife to almost to death. Right, I feel like the misogyny. It's also important. Very important. He was a white supremacist in 2016.
No to Anthony Cumia profiting off with his hatred.
In 2017, he was arrested for assaulting his wife, and now he wrote a book about being racist, and he's book signing for it. Right now, 6 o'clock.
This is the plaintiff, Joseph Cumia, the humongous racist.
Like by the kids section, there's 4 people waiting in line.
I mean, to make money off of,
The racism is the extra.
you know, that's just...
Brother, anybody have anything to say? I'm Anthony Cumia's brother. Anybody have anything to say to me?
We have a right to
No, for real.
No, I honestly would like to hear the side. That's why it was like a debate about whether to do it.
Yo, you see, the thing is, we don't come to places that people are employed. We don't come to where people earn their living and make it impossible for them to do so, including every race. There's not a single person of color, an Asian, Hispanic, it doesn't matter. There's no one that Anthony has ever prevented from making their living.
Okay.
what he does.
But he signed. But hold on.
White supremacists
So you're gonna tell me?
What does that
So
mean?
explain to me.
Therefore, he's not.
I mean, I honestly like to know both sides. You know what I
Wait a
mean?
second. Why do you?
What's your name, sir?
classify-
Sir, excuse
Why do
me.
you classify him as a white supremacist?
Because let me
Why?
explain.
Why?
Sir.
What has he done?
I'll
What has
explain to
he
you.
done to prove his white supremacy?
What's your
name?
right here.
I'd love to hear
I
it.
have the tweets
Go ahead,
right here
say it.
where he used the N-word
Go
and
ahead.
he also called O.J. Simpson a spook.
So you're
got it
saying
right here.
so you're saying that speech makes you a white supremacist. You're saying that speech. No.
Hold on. And then you employ
White supremacists being hosted here for a book signing. Ask his brother any questions you may
a non-white
have.
supremacist?
Yes, he does.
White supremacists being
Are you
hosted
talking about Gavin?
for book signings.
Gavin McGinnis?
Well, Gavin's a whole other guys. Don't get in an argument on Gavin because
You guys know where the Proud Boys came from? Do you know
Yeah.
where it came from?
yeah, I trust people.
I
Live
find my name is Joseph Cumia.
Joseph Cumia.
Yeah, I'm Anthony's older brother.
And I also understand the separation, why they pulled away from the original groups and stuff. I know.
The original
That was a whole other.
group who has since become classified due to several bad seeds. There were some people in there that were genuinely bad people.
Thank you.
They were genuinely bad people. What happened was they were the ones that made the Proud Boys become what people have now that people now know them to be. When it started, it was a joke in the studio. Had to do with Ben Ratner, and it was a play. Proud of My Boy, a song was played, Proud of My
Yeah.
Boy. And Gavin, when Gavin was working, they used to goof on Ben, saying, how his parents were proud of him for doing what he does. And Ben Ratner, by the way, has since won a Grammy.
Yeah.
So, that has, yeah. Are you gonna believe an 82nd Airborne veteran, 59-year-old father of 4? Or are you gonna believe her?
But you're going to protect your brother no matter what. I respect that. I respect that.
I will protect anyone that deserves protection.
Okay.
Whether or not he's my brother, what I'm doing, he's not a racist. He's so
You are the
wrong.
why would you employ one?
I don't care. Why would you employ one?
Saying a whole bunch of racist shit and white
I'd like to hear your
Why are you talking to me? I'm not
definition.
Why would you employ one?
What's your definition of a racist?
there's a recording. So that's why
No,
you fired
your definition.
That's why
What
he's
is it that
banned.
Gavin has done
Then he wrote a book
that
about
makes
it.
him a
And now
racist?
he's
If you
selling
read what the Proud Boys do,
money off of it.
No, Proud Boys don't belong to Gavin McGinnis.
bullshit. Then why was he at a fucking event on 86th?
At the Republican
Why was he at
Club.
an event on 86th Street a motherfucking month ago and pulling out a sword and then hanging with a bunch of white supremacists in the middle of the street telling people, let's fight?
Not white supremacists.
They're not. Look at the fucking page. Go to their website.
Get angry with me? Come on, calm down. Have a debate, have a discussion.
Anyone who's not aware of the incident that happened at the Republican Club actually needs to take a look at it. Because the reality is what happened at the Republican Club, the guy in the red hat is 100% right about what happened there.
He has the right to call him racist. I have a right to call him a moron.
That's exactly
White
right.
supremacists
Everybody has all those rights.
Call them and tell them it's bad. White supremacists being hosted at Barnes and Nobles. White supremacists being hosted at Barnes and Nobles for a book signing.
Joseph, what do you do? Are you part of Anthony's
White
business
supremacists
or
being
are you
hosted at Barnes and
Actually,
Nobles
I'm
for a
a
book signing.
guitarist. I'm a
But
guitarist.
you're a vet? You said you're a vet?
What was that?
You're a vet? You said you're a veteran?
I am 82nd Airborne. Yeah, I was
White supremacists being
77 days ago.
hosted here at Barnes and Nobles for a book signing. No platform for white supremacy.
So there are two sides to every story's going on.
Right.
for
Barnes
things.
and Noble should never have a white supremacist in their store. Ever. Oh, but Anthony Cumia is not a white supremacist. So you're mistaken. They should also not have liars standing out in front of their store saying things that aren't true.
We shouldn't have a liar for a president, yo. Shit doesn't happen that way.
A liar for a president? Wait a second. Wait a second. So you're saying Since
We're
Trump is a
against
liar,
hatred.
you're allowed to be here and be a
We're
liar.
against hatred.
Why are you wearing a
Since
mask?
that man has
Why are you wearing a
Since
mask?
that man has become president, hatred has sprung up in America.
No,
America is
hatred's
not
always
about
been-
hatred.
Hatred's always been in America. It's this less
And now it's
hatred
getting put
now.
under a lens.
It's less now than there ever was.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Don't you see life as it is? You ever get out for one of your you ever go anywhere? Where have you been? Where have you been?
Why is that any business of yours?
Because
you
I'm
think
trying
you're
to
older.
understand what
Because you
you-
think
what
you're
you're
more
facing.
traveled, right?
I'm trying to understand what you're facing.
You're more traveled. You're right. That's right. That's right.
I'm
Right?
right about my brother.
Your brother is an unabashed racist. He's traveling
unabashed
from his
racist.
racism right now.
Thank you, Kat, for putting up the number.
Derogatory.
Yeah, and in some people's eyes, yeah, Anthony could be classified as a white supremacist. Does he have racist tendencies? Yes.
He got fired from racism.
Was he fired because of racist remarks? Yes. Whether or not, it just depends on who you're talking about, how you classify white supremacist versus just a racist. So it's two different sides.
You know what? There could be something. There could be something there.
Am I a shadowy networker? It's fucking cold. I ain't got no help.
What do you want to say? Why is he not racist?
Apparently, that's what he
He
thinks.
runs compound
You
media.
got hats. I ain't got no hats. That's all I got.
So you're gonna tell me that he's not racist? I'm gonna give you a Facebook page. I'm gonna give you ProudBoysExact.com website.
I don't care about
His name's sitting right the fuck on there. Come on now. His name is on there.
Nothing to do with what he's doing. Not a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, there's plenty of room, and no one's.
This is very unimportant.
Well, people always get nervous. I'm like, just walk through.
Okay, I'm not. You know,
He hosts a web. If you're not a racist, I'm asking you a question. Then why would you let Gary Levine have a TV show on your channel?
first of all, it's not a TV show.
He has a TV show.
Anthony's known for free speech.
He has a TV show. And Joe Rogan- and
One thing I will say is
You want to talk about it?
the idea of debate, people actually talking, is what needs to happen a lot more. It doesn't happen. You don't have to agree with each other, but at least if you can hold a conversation.
I can call you a racist. Does it make you a racist?
Joe was that bunch of shit on fucking thing for no fucking reason. And he's at the UFC fight with Joe Rogan. He's at the fight because Joe Rogan gave him the seat. Who is a known racist? Joe Rogan's a known racist.
How is he a no? What has he done to people of country? Who is he racist against? First of all, does he believe that his race is so much better than every other race that makes him a racist? Well, tell me what he does to prove his race.
Paul Barnes and Noble's national not to hold white supremacists.
So I'm not understanding what you're trying to say, how you're trying to define a racist. If you call me a giddy, if you call me a wop, does that make you a racist?
Yes.
It does?
Yes.
According to this wop, it
So
does.
yeah, and they posted up the number.
It
White
makes you seem
supremacists being
ignorant.
Those
posted
are
upstairs
racist
at
statements
Barnes and
you
Nobles.
begin.
Paul Barnes and Noble's national.
Yeah. All I'd say is for everyone also,
Racism exists in language.
because I always believe that there are two sides to every story, is to definitely do your research. Don't just follow along because we're saying it or anyone is saying it or protesting. Do your own research, and not just a basic Google search, but actually read articles and get a background about everything, so that you have a better understanding about why people are doing what they're doing. It's important. It's not just about taking what people say, but also about understanding what's going on out there. The gentleman over there who happens to be Anthony's brother,
understand. Yes or no?
it may seem confrontational, but he's having an actual dialogue. It's not something that's physical. It's an actual discussion going on back and forth. And even though it can be arguments, it's still a plain, simple discussion that's going on, which is important. But, you know, like I said, don't just take the word of what we're saying. Research, formulate your own opinions about it.
Discussions are what problems with the world.
White supremacists being hosted upstairs.
Yes. I would use that word toward you or toward anyone
I
else.
understand.
Any other person of color, it would absolutely.
Okay, so I know currently a lot of you are calling Barnes & Noble corporate.
So words aren't racist. Okay.
Racist. As I was mentioning to the audience, I was saying that I want them to do their own research because it's
If I
like
call someone an let me
No,
say something. If I call
I-
someone a nigger,
I-
that's a racist.
yeah, I'm saying it's like you're racist and then
You're
you have
gonna tell
white
me that words aren't
supremacists.
racist.
It's a borderline thing, but I still want people to do their own research regardless because you have to formulate your own opinions about it. Is there hate involved? Is there racist hate? Yes, 100%. My thing is do the research and decide whether white supremacists or just your garden variety, normal, all-American racists. So, you know, and look at the connections with the Proud Boys and their actions. And even though the Proud Boys are divided into two groups now, you have those that wouldn't allow anyone other than white, whatever, in there. And then you have those that are in the other group, which Gavin is a part of, which has accepted people who were black, Asian, and other almost any other ethnic group. But that happened with the skinheads as well. So that doesn't mean there isn't this festering hate and destructiveness that's been festering in the country for a long time.
People out here, and there will be cops as well.
Write any book that you want.
I agree with you.
He can write any book that he wants. Barnes & Noble doesn't have to give him the platform of a book signing. He can write and disseminate anything he wants. Sell it.
Yes. Yes.
And don't you think that
Yes,
should be?
because Gavin McGinnis is on his
Don't you
website.
think that should be up to Barnes and Noble whether or not they have
Gavin
him?
McGinnis is on his website. Gavin
Do you think you've done more research than Barnes and Noble? Have you done more research than Barnes and Noble?
and let's them on
All right then.
Posted upstairs for a book signing.
True, he can write anything. He can write and hold anything he wants. Doesn't mean that people can't go against what he reads, what he writes. It's not a Hitler wrote what he wanted. Hitler wrote a book. Hitler wrote what he
But
wanted, right?
do you
But doesn't
understand
mean
that what you do is more detrimental? What you do is more detrimental to him than anything he's ever done to you or any other person. Or any other person.
White supremacists being hosted at Barnes &
He
Noble.
can write. He can write whatever he'd like to write. Not to say that anything that he's written is inappropriate. It's a book about his life story. It's his life story as a DJ. Basically coming from nothing and making something of himself. That's what the book is about. Just so that you're not misled. Just so this guy doesn't mislead you. The book is about someone who made good from nothing. That's what it is. It's got nothing to do with white supremacy. And I'd like everyone to know that. This book has nothing to do with white supremacy at all. Her opinion is that my brother is a white supremacist. That's her opinion and her opinion only. I have an opinion. He's not. How's that?
That's clear. That's clear.
Yeah.
Very clear, sir.
I thought it was. I can't be any more clear than that.
Very clear. Very
For a
clear.
book signing, call Barnes & Nobles and tell them
I
it's
would
wrong.
buy you a Starbucks just to have a 5-minute conversation with you.
I'm not interested.
I didn't think you would be. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't be either, but,
You lost the other guy. Who's gone, right?
Barnes & Noble supposed to be a white supremacist for a book signing. Call and tell him it's wrong.
But it wasn't.
Well, this was good.
Barnes & Noble's supposed to be a white
Well, I
supremacist
mean,
for a
like I
book
said,
signing.
the fact that people are talking is a good
Yeah,
thing.
well, that's important, man.
Barnes & Noble's supposed to be a white supremacist for a book signing.
I mean, if it was a bunch of
They need
Trump,
to hear the views. Yeah.
the Trump groups, it would be,
just
You know.
programmed. And it's absolutely amazing. Okay, good luck with your protest. Have fun. See you later, guys. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you,
the
sir.
equal time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good night.
okay. Again, that was his brother. He's always going to protect his brother no matter what. I mean, anybody would do that, ideally protect family.
White supremacists being hosted upstairs, kids section. Barnes & Noble.
Oh, man, that was good.
In the kids section.
That's the thing. That's what I was saying.
They put them right next to the kids section.
man. We're nice to
I mean, the fact that he beat his wife,
White supremacists there.
the fact that he beat his wife should negate him from being over near the kids section.
It shouldn't be in the kids section.
Yeah, it shouldn't be there at all, but that's a really good one.
You know,
That's a good one. You know, of all places, why do you put him next to the kids? Jesus Christ.
I mean, and
Put him next to the sport.
they were right. It's like he has a right to write a book. He has a right to promote the book. There's nothing against that. It's like I understand.
He
It's
has a
like you're
right to
telling
free
your
speech,
life.
and we do too.
But the issue is with them promoting
Yeah.
and giving a flat, you know.
They also have the right to say no.
Yeah.
They have a right to say no.
I mean, they would still carry
Because
his
he wrote a
book.
book doesn't mean they have
I
to
mean,
promote it.
if they were just carrying his book, I wouldn't have an issue. It's like it's out there. That's
Yeah, but they give him a platform. Yeah, you're right.
which is legitimizing hate, which is already happening under the current administration. And I spend enough time in D.C. to see and hear the conversations that are going on that the general public never hears.
Yeah, they're profiteering off the atmosphere.
It's over because I called them. And he said, we know he's a white supremacist. We're still hosting him. Call Barnes & Noble and tell him to not host white supremacists, please. Sure. Thank you. Like they have one right now. So
Oh, Barnes & Noble corporate said they know he's a white supremacist and they're
Yes!
still hosting him.
Yes! They know he's a white. They told me that on the phone.
So Barnes & Noble on the phone said they know that he's a white supremacist, but they're still going to host him.
Extra security.
That's why they hired extra security upstairs.
Hosted upstairs for a book signing. Call Barnes & Noble to tell him not to do that.
Oh my God.
Barnes & Noble shouldn't host white supremacists.
So basically Barnes & Noble is saying he is a white supremacist. Oh.
White supremacists being hosted upstairs for a book signing.
And Barnes & Noble actually has said he's a white supremacist.
Call them to tell them how you feel.
Wow. So that's an even more of a statement.
Call Barnes & Noble to tell them how you feel about them hosting a white supremacist. He's upstairs for a book signing, and he's a white supremacist.
And Barnes & Noble said that they know he's a white supremacist. That's the reason they hired more security
Okay,
for
that
his
makes
book
sense.
signing.
I'm like, it's on lockdown up there.
It is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't know why.
Because Anthony Cumia is a white supremacist who was banned from Twitter for being a white supremacist, and then wrote a book about it, and is now selling it at Barnes & Noble and signing it. And he's a white supremacist.
So
Book signing for
from what we're hearing from people on the inside is that they have his book signing on a lockdown with all the extra security. Barnes & Noble, I told you, they basically were going to wait until they had to call NYPD.
What, for having racist upstairs? Yes, it's very.
So they called the first precinct, I'm assuming, which had to send out 4 officers for 2 people, which is a little excessive. Basically, there's no room in New York City for racist white supremacist ideals. Here you go. Here you go, right here.
not a good thing.
Trust me, nobody's gonna rush them. Why? It's like, guys, relax. Why would you think people are gonna rush people? This is only a couple of people. You got all those security people.
For white supremacy.
Jesus. No one's gonna rush anybody. It's like too many, way too many. Not even Hillary Clinton had these many when she was here.
Really don't deserve, white supremacists don't deserve book signings. They don't deserve joy. communist.
So you didn't get first, so you're right. You
Oh,
didn't get
hold on a second. I know your brother I know your brother talked to us, but do you want to just anything? Okay. I just asked because he was giving his side, so I figured I'd ask. Okay. I mean, no, I respect the opinion.
Yeah, you're right. You're also one that said language is racist. You're fucking racist. Fuck you too. What's up?
Okay, so for Anthony, we have this. So the book signing is over. I'm assuming part of it had to do with the thing here. So that was the reason for all of that. Basically, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 10.
You fucking got that on video, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, he said that to me. That's hilarious.
He got my fucking. He's like,
Oh my god.
I don't know what I got. I just know it was in
That was
the areas, but
I know you got.
Yo, there was more cops than people who showed up to get their
it
book
was
signed.
overboard with
He
the
sold
security
3
and
books.
stuff. I'll
And
admit
he had
that.
10 cops.
That was overboard. When they were like there, I'm like, nobody's gonna jump anybody. Why? It was like,
White supremacists.
It wouldn't be unprecedented if
no, but you understand what I'm saying. It was like 1, 2.
overkill on the cops, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Is a cop, a retired cop.
By cops.
You do know that, right? Anthony's manager is a retired cop, so
That's why
that's why
the
police
over.
presence. I mean,
Yeah, because I was like, even Hillary didn't have them. That's what she was here. And I was like, okay.
We know cops protect racists. We saw them. Y'all protect racists. I protect everybody. No, you protect everybody. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because if you really protected everybody,
No,
you'd
wait,
be
Bart.
86. Y'all in 86
Yeah,
Street,
probably.
You protect nobody. Y'all let people get beat up in 86th Street. So come on now, you ain't protect nobody. So don't really talk. Come on, don't really say you protect everybody.
Ask him if he needs to deal with me.
No, that I didn't hear.
That just happened because he said, no, she's my friend.
Well, he wouldn't do that because he wouldn't be dumb enough. Because I would live stream that, and I guarantee NYPD Legal would rip you a new asshole if that actually was recorded on here. Because no, seriously, if you mention Apollo to NYPD Legal, they will tell you, do not let me record you saying something, or you will get ripped a new asshole by NYPD Legal.
Why would he say
It's
she's
like,
my friend? Why would he talk about me? Unless Munoz was talking to him about whether or not he had to do something about me.
It's possible.
You were right there. You recorded it. Go back
Well,
and
I'll
play that
see.
tape.
I'll end up seeing it. I'll end up seeing
I have
it.
no idea what you guys are talking about.
It's like basically saying that it's like he was asking you if you needed him to do anything about her.
Oh no,
No, she's my friend, right? No.
I would never do
No,
that.
you would never.
I wouldn't do that anyway.
No, he asked you if you needed him to do.
If he did, I didn't need any help, so it's a non-issue.
Yeah, that would have really been like.
I'm just waiting for my sister.
It's a good Barnes and Noble. It's a big Barnes and Noble. It's, go get something to eat, relax, you know.
It's really hysterical the way where they snowball over the years.
Shit gets built up. A lot of shit's been said. A lot. He's put a lot out there. Controlling that anger online is a big issue. You know that.
It is.
Oh, here you go, guys. In case you guys understand, I'll find out what company they're with. If it was DC, it would probably be BlackRock, and a lot of those guys I know. A lot of them are ex-military and have done different contract jobs, but yeah. But statements made. Yeah, I mean, definitely keep calling in. The numbers are up there. Like I said earlier, it's like World War II. You had so many Americans that fought to shut down Nazi Germany, the fascist systems there. And there are generations here in New York that don't understand that because they've lost touch. They've become spoiled because they didn't have to fight against any of that in their lives. And they're spoiled brats. Iraq was a war. The Middle East was a war. But what happened? World War II and they will never have an idea about.
No book signing, no y'all.
The fact that you have fascists and white supremacists rising in the United States, the shit is not happening, and that shit is not going into New York. If you ever watch the movie Casablanca, there is a scene where Rick is talking to the Nazi general. And then I says, would you ever envision us in your great America? And he said, well, there's certain parts of New York I wouldn't advise you to invade. In reality, New York does not stand for this shit. New Yorkers that are real New Yorkers would not stand for any of this shit. And if you ever think it's going to actually happen here, it isn't. New Yorkers, real New Yorkers will band together. They don't give a shit whether the police are protecting the white supremacists, the armies are. They will shut the shit down. It will not happen in this state.